Okay, let's dive in. Does your brain ever feel like, I don't know, a web browser with maybe 27 tabs open?
And like 3 of them are frozen.
Exactly. 3 frozen, and you've got no clue where that music in the background is coming from. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone.
Yeah, it's that feeling, isn't it? That constant buzz, that mental clutter. It's exhausting.
Totally exhausting.
There is.
And that's exactly what we're digging into today. Overthinking.
What it is, and maybe more importantly, what we can actually do about it.
Right. Our mission here is to unpack what overthinking really means and then give you some solid practical steps. Things you can actually use to quiet that noise and, well, find a bit more inner peace.
Think of this as your shortcut to getting clued up on managing that mental chaos without feeling totally overwhelmed by, more information.
Exactly. We want practical tools, not just theory.
And what's great is we're going straight from defining this really common struggle to offering, actual pathways out. It's about taking action.
Okay, so first things first. What exactly is overthinking? I mean, we all sort of know it when we feel it, but what are we actually talking about?
Well, the sources we looked at describe it pretty clearly. It's basically when your thoughts just kick into overdrive.
Overdrive, yeah, like constantly replaying conversations. Or maybe worrying endlessly about stuff that hasn't even happened.
Precisely. Or dissecting past events, trying to figure out every tiny detail. It's that loop, that mental hamster wheel.
Okay, so it's common, but why does it matter so much? What are the real consequences?
Oh, the impact is huge. It's not just annoying. It feeds anxiety. It can lead to total indecision.
Analysis paralysis.
Right, exactly that. And in some cases, it can even lead to actual burnout. And here's a kicker, the really counterintuitive part.
Yeah.
Overthinking rarely actually leads to better decisions. Mostly, it just leads to no decisions. You just stay stuck.
That's so true. You feel like you're being super thorough, trying to find the perfect answer.
But you just end up spinning your wheels.
Okay, so that's the problem. How do we break free? The sources lay out 5 pretty clear steps. Step 1 sounds almost too simple. Name it to tame it.
It does sound simple, but there's real power in it. It's about consciously noticing when you're doing it, catching yourself in the act.
And then actually labeling it, like literally saying to yourself, okay, I'm overthinking right now, or whoa, it's spiraling again.
Yes, exactly that. Mentally or even out loud. What the research suggests is that the simple act of labeling actually engages the more rational part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex.
Okay, so it shifts you out of that emotional reactive mode.
Precisely. It takes some power away from the emotional spiral. It's like you're hitting a pause button on the automatic thought train. It disrupts the pathway.
It's like catching yourself just before you tumble too far down that rabbit hole, that first moment of awareness.
That's the key. It creates a little bit of distance. It moves you from being in the thought tornado to observing it.
But is it really enough to stop it? I mean, when you're really stuck in a loop, just noticing feels hard sometimes.
It's the essential first step. It won't magically solve everything instantly, but it creates the space needed to then use other strategies. You can't steer the ship if you don't realize you're off course, right?
Good point. Okay, so that awareness creates an opening for step 2, which I know a lot of people find really effective. Write it out. The brain dump.
Ah, yes, the brain dump. Simple, but so good. You literally just grab a notebook or your phone or whatever.
And just pour everything out. All the worries, the thoughts, the mental noise.
Everything. No filter, no organizing, no judging. Just get it all down on paper or on the screen.
Why does that work so well?
Well, it externalizes the chaos. Instead of swirling around inside your head, the thoughts are there, outside of you. Our sources talk about how it literally offloads your working memory.
Like clearing the RAM on your computer.
Exactly like that. It frees up mental bandwidth. You shift from being tangled up in your thoughts to looking at them. It changes your perspective.
That makes a lot of sense. You're getting it out, unburdening yourself. Okay, step 3 tackles that indecision trap we mentioned. The suggestion is set a time limit for decisions.
Yes, this one challenges that perfectionist tendency in overthinkers. Spending hours weighing every single pro and con for even small decisions.
Oh, definitely. Been there.
Yeah.
So the idea is to put a clock on it.
Yeah, a strict deadline.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm giving myself 15 minutes to think about this, gather the main points, and then I will make a decision.
Wow, 15 minutes. That forces your hand a bit.
It does. It pushes you to make the best call you can with the information you have right now, instead of waiting for some mythical, perfect clarity that might never come. It helps you move forward.
Because, like the sources say, perfection is the enemy of progress. You can't wait forever.
You really can't. Life moves on.
Which ties nicely into step 4, shift to the present.
This one is fundamental, I think, because overthinking almost always lives somewhere else, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's either rehashing the past,
Or worrying about the future
Yeah.
constantly.
but peace, real calm, that only really exists now, in the present moment.
Exactly. So the strategy here is all about actively, consciously pulling your focus back to right now, what's actually happening in this moment.
Okay, but how? We hear about deep breaths, but sometimes, like I said, when your mind's racing, that feels insufficient. What else works to genuinely interrupt the loop?
Deep breaths are good for calming the nervous system, definitely a starting point. But beyond that, engaging your senses is key. What do you physically see around you? What sounds can you hear? What does your body feel like? Feet on the floor, the chair beneath you.
Grounding yourself in the physical world.
Yes, asking what's real right now can cut through the mental noise. And sometimes you need a bigger interruption. Get up, walk around the room, splash water on your face, step outside for a minute.
A quick walk, maybe a shower.
Exactly. Short, sharp activities that force a shift in focus. They break the mental pattern and reconnect you to the present.
Create those little mental circuit breakers. Okay, that makes sense. And finally, step 5, progress over perfection. This feels like a big mindset shift.
It really is. It's about accepting a fundamental reality. You are never going to eliminate every single what if. Our brains just don't work that way.
Trying to chase down every possibility is just endless.
It's an endless, exhausting chase. So the goal isn't to stop having what if thoughts. The goal is to train your brain to stop chasing them relentlessly.
So instead of aiming for the flawless, perfect decision or outcome,
You aim for a good enough decision, one that allows you to move forward and learn. It's about embracing action over endless deliberation.
because, as the sources remind us, life is about learning, not getting it all right.
Exactly. Mistakes happen. Things don't always go to plan. That's how we learn and adapt. Holding out for perfection often means you never even start.
Right, letting go of that impossible ideal. Okay, so let's quickly recap those 5 steps for everyone listening. First, name it to tame it. Recognize the spiral.
Second, write it out. Get those thoughts out of your head with a brain dump.
Third, limit it. Set time limits for decisions to avoid paralysis.
Fourth, ground yourself. Shift your focus back to the present moment.
And fifth, let go of perfect. Aim for progress, not flawlessness.
These aren't magic wands, but they are actionable tools. Used consistently, they can genuinely change how you relate to your own thinking patterns.
Absolutely. And the big message here is that overthinking doesn't have to be a life sentence. You can regain control over that mental chatter.
You really can. It's about building new mental habits.
The advice seems clear. Just start small. Pick one strategy that resonates with you today and try it. See what happens. Watch your mind, maybe, just maybe, get a little quieter.
It's empowering, really. Moving from feeling overwhelmed by thoughts to actively managing them.
Yeah, becoming the manager of your mind, not just a passive observer of the chaos.
One step, one thought at a time.
So that leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener, to maybe mull over. What's your go-to trick? Do you have something you already do to quiet the noise when you feel yourself starting to overthink?
And thinking about the steps we discussed today, naming it, writing it, limiting it, grounding, letting go of perfect breath or burning this, which one feels like it might be most helpful for you right now. How could you maybe try it out, even in a small way, today or tomorrow?
Something to consider for finding a bit more calm in that busy mind of yours.